Have you ever felt that you as a woman may not appear to measure up when you see incredible women in strong roles? You may be surprised when hearing from women in these positions and how we all share many of the same challenges. Thank you for joining us for the SheEO Lead-In podcast with Rebecca Jones as we share the journeys of women.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Jones, your host of SheEO Lead-In. We are on an exploration together to discover more about the personal journeys of incredible women in both career and life. We all have paths to share that sometimes take incredible turns, deep resilience, and courage to navigate. My hopes are that the challenges shared here encourage women to take leaps of faith and growth when a journey feels too difficult or unachievable. There is great strength deep within each one of us. These stories are meant to share the ways strong women have taken their dreams to strive and thrive to new heights despite their sometimes rocky paths and found a way to lead in. So today we are here with Elizabeth Liu, the CEO of Nile Sisters Initiative. How are you today, Elizabeth?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Thank you so much for joining us. And I'd like for you to tell us a little bit about what your company does.
Nile Sisters Development Initiative is a nonprofit 501c3 funded in 2001 by me. I funded the organization to educate, train, and provide support to women and their families to overcome barriers to economic and social and economic self-reliance so they can help their families and thrive. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like a great company. And, I just want to find a little bit about you before you started this. Can you tell us a little bit about your past and maybe a story from your childhood that inspired you to do what you're doing right now?
Thank you. My past, I have been a refugee from my childhood, really. I'm originally from South Sudan, by the way. I came to this country in 1999, in June the 3rd. My past has been a little bit difficult, like I've never stayed in one place for a long time. I was a refugee in Uganda. And in my childhood, I started my primary education from Uganda. And then when peace agreement was signed, early 70s, my parents were repatriated to Sudan. At the time, it was one country. And so I went to school, and then I became displaced. I went to take refuge to Sudan. In Khartoum, I was in Khartoum for 8 years as a displaced within my own country. And then I became a refugee. I was in Kenya for 3 years. After Khartoum, I went to Kenya. And in 1999, I journeyed here to United States with my children. So I really have a lot of challenges, but instead of sitting and crying, oh, me like this, I cannot do, I turn my challenges into blessing. I need to bless other people with, what I can do to make it easier on other people coming like me to United States. This is a great country. I'm here. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm blessed. But there are people who are coming to United States with a lot of challenges, as I was one time. So I wanted to be able to help those who are coming after me with the services so they can get integrated in the system. That's my past.
Well, I'm sure you've seen a lot of things that none of us could even dream that are happening across the world. I think it just shows a lot about your character and strength that you are now using the situation that you actually were in and trying to help others that are in that same situation navigate through it. And you're right, we have a wonderful country that's got a lot of challenges, with the pandemic and everything, but we certainly are still the land of the free, and we, it's definitely worth fighting for. And having people like yourself coming here and wanting to contribute and help make our country even stronger and better with very diverse backgrounds is something that you can totally be proud of. And I'm really excited to hear a little bit more about, what you have experienced since you've come here. So I know something that comes up to mind when I listen to you, and that is, do you have a word that might describe who you are best?
I am a very kind person. I am people's lover. I love people. I love relationships so much. I love people until you put it on my face that you don't want to talk to me. I love everybody. That's me. Yeah.
Well, that is wonderful. And it seems to me like you want to serve them too. So you're a servant person that loves others. So how long are you said you started the company? You came here in 1999. And when did you start the company?
I started Nile Sisters Development Initiative in 2001.
Okay, so you were here
right after I arrived here. I saw the need because I experienced it myself, how difficult it is to get it started from scratch in a new country. You don't know anybody, you don't know the culture of the country, and there is nobody really to walk you through. I had it very rough, and that's why I have a person that let me be of service so that the little I know I have to share with others to make it easier on them to navigate the system, whether it is healthcare, it is employment, even the very basic skills to learn how to drive and drive on freeway. That is so scary.
Yeah.
Not many countries have freeways like United States, especially in third world countries. Most refugees are coming from. They might have not even seen freeway before. So coming here to United States and say, you need to learn how to drive, and you are not going to always drive in neighborhood. You will drive on freeway. How scary that one is. It is so scary, and that's another world I can talk about.
Well, let me let you in on something. As a mom, and when my two kids, I have a 26-year-old and a 22-year-old, when they first started driving on the freeway, I was terrified too. And I know they were. So that is not something unique to, just you. I mean, we all look at that and think, oh my gosh. And I actually learned to drive on the 67, which if you've never been on that, it goes from Ramona down to East County, El Cajon. Oh boy, is that something else. 2 lanes and very windy and a drop off. And back when I was a teenager, it was pretty scary. So just so you know, we all have felt that way. So you're in good company here.
Thank
for sure. So anyway, I'd like to talk a little bit about failure and success and some of the things that you've learned kind of along the way after starting this initiative.
One thing about me, I'm very persistent. I don't give up easily. Running a nonprofit is not easy at all. There are a lot of challenges. Challenge number 1, system. You have to understand the nonprofit world, where to get funding to support your people. How do you make relationship with people? For me, I've just come from different country. I do not know nobody at all. So it takes persistency, it takes courage to get to know people, new strangers, to talk to strangers, and let the strangers buy into your mission. That is resilience. That's courage.
Yeah.
That's something I learned in running nonprofit. And then when I submit proposal to funders and they say no, I know their language is so very well now. Oh, we regret to inform you. Sometimes they start with, we review your application carefully and with the all consideration. But we regret to inform you that your application was not chosen for funding. Good luck. But it's very difficult. You knew this is the right thing you are doing. You are asking this funding for the right cause. But here a funder is telling you no. Because you don't know the funder doesn't know you, you don't have connections. The person who knows the funder needs to be the one to talk on your behalf, carry your message. But I learned it a very hard way. And to your point, that is something I learned, and now I become a guru.
Right. Well, you didn't take no for an answer, and the slam door, you didn't leave it shut.
No.
You figured out how to unlock it.
Right.
Which is great. And that is resilience. That is tenacity. That is definitely someone that's not willing to give up because you saw the need and you wanted to help.
Correct.
Yeah,
and now connecting with a great woman like you, Rebecca, I'm really very pleased to be here and very privileged.
Oh, thank you. So I have a question. You mentioned that you have kids. How old are they?
My kids are all grown. I thank God. I think the oldest is 36 or 37. The youngest is 30. They are all college graduates. Some have their masters, others are computer programmers, and one is a U.S. major in U.S. Army. One opened her own business, entrepreneur, and others are working with the government, housing agencies. Others are running nonprofits, and I'm very happy. I'm humbled to say that my children are all grown and they're very responsible citizens of United States of America.
Well, congratulations and good job there, Mom. That's wonderful. So in a regular day, how do you balance the life and then also responsibilities with work? And that can be a very tough thing, and it doesn't always look the same. Sometimes we feel like we are failing at home or at work, and then vice versa. It seems like it shifts. I imagine when the kids were younger, it probably was more difficult, doing all the things that you wanted to do and versus the things that you must do. So, why don't you tell us
learning from childhood, juggling life, as I shared, I was never in one place, and everything back home is done physically. You are everywhere. Anything you need, you have to do it with your hands. So I have multiple skills of life. When we got to United States here with my family, in 1 month, I got a job right away. I was a mom full-time in the house, a wife, and I was full-time at work. And that was not enough for me because of the circumstances I see and I live in. I had to start Nile Sisters right away. I started literally outreach myself. In the evening, when I come from work, I feed my children, I take a notebook, pen out. I go do outreach to find out the needs of the people. But as my children go to school, my priority one was my children. I could have pursued a different, careers or something, but I said, no, I have to put myself the second, my children number one. So I saw my children successfully through. Now that they are adults, I am managing my life, job, and the community. I take it slowly, one step at a time, change one life at a time. But I work still very hard. I reach out to community for community thing over the weekend, and during working days. Once I get hold of something, I will make sure I finish it to the core, because that is the time dedicated for that thing. Otherwise, there are so many things that can interrupt and disrupt whatever I want to do. So, like our president, Bill Clinton, said, once you hold a pen or a document to sign, you make sure you do it to the end before you go to the next. Otherwise, things are, piling, and you will not do a great job if you are all over the place without finishing to the end. So that's how I manage.
Very, very good advice. So let me ask you this. So you came here in 1999, and definitely there was probably a language barrier, which, by the way, you speak very good English. And I can see your critical thinking skills are firing on all cylinders, because I can tell. I mean, I would think it would be very, very difficult to go somewhere to a foreign land, try to think like they're thinking, and figure out how to get through a process of setting up a nonprofit and then figuring out how to connect people to services that are necessary. I have to tell you, I am extremely impressed by you. That takes a lot of courage and, strength. But what do you think have been the biggest barriers? Do you think it's being a refugee, or do you think it has actually been because you're a woman, or is it a combination of both? Trying to do this and start this out as a brand new company back in 2001.
I think combination of both. First, you are very gracious to say I know English. I'm still learning. Thank you for that. First, I think when I open my mouth to talk to funders, instead of listening to what I am saying, they are thinking, where is this accent coming from? Number one. Number two, does she know what she's doing? They think, does she really know what she's doing? Even if 100% I know what I'm doing, still they have doubt in their mind that I cannot do what I'm saying I'm doing. That's number two. Number three is I'm a woman. This is a woman-run organization. What capacity does she have? Can she do this? And an African woman, really? How can she do this? So there are a lot of questions when I say I'm doing something. They think I cannot do it. I'm a woman, I'm a Black, and I have accent, and I'm a foreigner, and all these barriers. But you know what? I am here to stay. I'm not here to run away, to go away, to disappear. No, I'm here to stay. This is my country, this is my community, and I'm doing the good for everybody, for all the communities. I don't have no limitation. Wherever refugees come from, immigrants, or even born and raised here, we are very diverse in our services. We have all the Africans, the Asians, people from Cambodia, from Burma. We have the Haitians, and we have even born and raised here. I mean, our neighboring countries, the Latinos, we have them in our services. Our door is wide open to everybody. Yes, 100% I know what I am doing. 100% I know what the goal, the mission of my organization. So since 2001 to now, our record speaks for itself. We have received recognition from federal government, from our former President Barack Obama. We have received a recognition from a state level, from county and city. And it takes the grace of God to see somebody ahead of the country who doesn't see you, who doesn't know you, to recognize, to send you a certificate of recognition that, yes, you are doing a great job.
I love it. I love that you're serving everyone. I believe wholeheartedly in serving everyone, regardless of their financial status, their anything that could
their
be
religion,
considered.
their color, their height, their sizes, their anything, regardless.
Well, that's community. Community
yes.
is very diverse.
Correct.
And I love that. I love that you're doing that.
We said serving women and their families, but we are serving women and men, everybody. Recently, the chair of supervisors, Nathan Fletcher, visited our office during our school graduation, and he met all the graduates one by one. He asked them one by one, where are you from? And all the students were able to communicate and interact with the chair of supervisor. That was great. And he said, Elizabeth, when you train these people all, please send them my way. I will give them job. I will hire all of them.
I love that.
That takes the grace of God. And a chair of supervisor will not come down to, something which is not meaningful. The Senator of United States, Senator of California, Ben Hoysel, came down to our school to see our graduation. He was key speaker. That is something. Our city council chair, he came to visit, to witness our graduation. I mean, we Nile Sisters is doing the job of United States, that the United States needs to see that people of diverse background, they get trained and they get into workforce, and especially in healthcare system.
Right.
Which is the most needed career right now. Thank you, Rebecca. I don't monopolize your questions, please.
No, not at all. So, what are some lessons that you've learned? And I feel like you have a lot to share on this, but what are some lessons that you've learned that you'd like to share with young women that maybe are not, that are just starting to get out in the workforce? Because I think that your message is very valuable. You've gone through, like I said, much more than many of us have. I would like to hear, what that would be, some lessons that you've learned.
Well, I learned that once you put your mind to do something, don't be discouraged. Be persistent. Build a relationship along the way. Human is power. Human beings are power. So embrace diversity, embrace cultural differences, and be persistent. Love people. Whatever you need in this world is with somebody else. So I am a big fan of relationship. I mean, I think I'm repeating myself.
No, I think relationships, everything. And a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to have my little career by myself. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
Work that way.
It doesn't. Mm-hmm. They can learn from my experience, even though it is a little bit different from their experience, but at least it's starting something from scratch with a lot of challenges. Cultural differences, language barrier, and not knowing the system. If I made it for 20 years plus, any young woman can do it. And especially with the current technology, you go to school you learn computer, you learn skills, critical thinking, like what you were saying, you learn it. Put it to use. Make use of it. Make your community thrive. Give it back to the community. So, yes, I encourage young women to go out there and serve.
So I'm a firm believer that you need to try things that are maybe outside of your comfort zone.
Right.
But, I think also community, I mean, you've said this in a lot of different ways, but community is a diverse group.
Yes.
It's not of us all being the same, thinking the same thing. It's about people having differences and figuring out how to work together.
Correct.
As a community.
Correct.
Which I love that, because I am a firm believer in that too. It doesn't mean, oh, you think differently than me, so now I don't care what you have to say. Mm-hmm. It means let me listen to what you're saying, and how do we work together and collaborate to become one, to continue moving forward. And that is, I think, something in our society right now that a lot of people are forgetting. It's become this us versus them. It's not us versus them.
No.
It's us. We're all us.
Right.
It's so important. And so, I'm curious because I love everything that you're saying. And I think it's from a different perspective in life. However, it's very much the same as how I feel. And from a very different background, I grew up, I had a broken family. I don't know what yours was like. But, my parents got divorced when I was 11. And so, I had challenges too, but my challenges are very different than your challenges.
Right, correct.
And, but still, you're my sister. You're still, we're both women. And I think forgetting, I think a lot of people have forgotten what it's like to be in community. And community is very diverse people, beliefs, but all working together for the good of all.
Correct.
So I want to know what's next for you. What are you going to do next?
Well, next, we have just purchased a building in City Heights. And that is a big deal to me. It's a dream come true to have that property in our possession. We bought it. We own it.
Tangible roots.
Yes.
I love it. Yes.
Back to where Nile Sisters started. And this is a place where we are going to expand our programs, really. And specifically, Learn More. Learn More is a nursing school that we started, approved by the state of California. So we are a CNA approved school here in San Diego. And we also have another branch in Los Angeles, in LA, in Glendale. We have another office in Sacramento. Very soon we are going to open another school there. So this is a place, the headquarters of Nile Sisters, the engine where all Nile Sisters programs will be geared up and sent out there. So my vision, our vision as Nile Sisters is to expand Learn More. Learn More is the name of the school. You can find information about it at learnmorefast.org. That is www.learnmorefast.org. So to expand, to have phlebotomy, medical assistant, home health aide, caregivers, and all these healthcare certifications we want to open and make it available for all San Diego, Los Angeles, and for all Californians who are in our neighborhood to take advantage of this. This is something very, very big for me.
It sounds big to me, too. Oh, my gosh. It's amazing. So I have a question. So you bought the building. Now are you doing tenant improvements right now?
Yes.
Okay.
We are doing tenant improvement, and we need to very, very soon to start construction to expand the building. It's a very big property. I'm so blessed. I'm honored. But it takes a lot of financials. we are asking the greater community, the greater public to really give us that helping hand so we can do tenant improvement where we are right now and start construction, build more space for the program. And in the building, by the way, it's not only for us as Nile Sisters, but we are also hosting other nonprofit organizations. You find the Haitian organization is there, the Ethiopian, the other nonprofit organizations in it. So we are sharing. In a way, this is a home for the whole community. Everybody is welcome. As much as we own it, but we are not owning it for ourselves. We are owning it for all the community, for the greater good of the community.
So, Elizabeth, I'm going to need to have you come back after that's done. And I want to get a check-in with you. I think it's so fascinating and I love what you're doing. And, having this home base for both Nile Sisters, Nile Sisters Initiative, but also all these other nonprofits. I love it. I love that you are building a very culturally diverse ground zero for all these different places to start off. I love that. And
this is what they call community. This is community,
yes,
Rebecca.
Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and we will definitely be checking back in with you.
Thank you so much. The message for the greater public is Nile Sisters is a 501c3, is a nonprofit. We cannot do the good job we are doing without everybody's support. We really need everybody to give us that financial support so we can do it even better than what we are doing right now. And we can expand the service as to the far as we are doing right now, but we need financial support. You can find us online at nilesisters.org, learnmorefast.org, and our phone number and other contact information is also there. Rebecca, I want to say thank you so much for the privilege to give me to come and share our work with you and the greater public. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now that was powerful. We hope you've been lifted and encouraged by today's inspiring voice. Always remember that life doesn't look exactly the same for each one of us. Never stop dreaming, striving, and thriving. In future episodes, we look forward to bringing you powerful stories from amazing women who learned how to lead in to challenges. Thank you for listening and being part of our community with SheEO host, Rebecca Jones.
You have been listening to a Cloudcast original. Local stories, local storytellers, local brands. Find more stories at cloudcast.us.